Welcome everybody, welcome to a brand new show. This is something that we are trying out. It's called Binge O Clock. Hello, Aish. My God.
Hello.
I see so many people drinking wine and beer, and us uncles with a fresh lime soda. It feels good, to.
What a classy audience we have.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
What a classy audience. It's so good to have you guys here. It's amazing how far people will go just to get 5 new shows to watch. You will brave Lucky Junction. That's crazy.
Alright, guys, let's before I start, I would love to just do a quick survey. Okay, how many people over here watch Binge O Clock? How many people are fans of Binge O Clock? Give me a cheer. What have you come
Do you
for?
guys know? Do you
What have
guys
you
know
come
what
for?
you're here for? Does anybody know what they're here for?
Oh my
That's
God.
amazing. No, wait, now this is a new mystery.
This is a new mystery.
This is a new mystery
Oh
because
my
what I want to
God.
know is what show you all bought tickets for and who we killed to get here. This is now about that. 1 second. What? Where do you buy your tickets?
Book My Show.
And what did it say on Book My Show?
It was called Binge O Clock. I thought it was the name of the act you are doing.
This is it.
Oh, this is great. This is what happens when you have a podcast that has 6 viewers.
Yeah.
So, for the uninitiated,
Yeah, I think we should.
Binge O Clock is a podcast that Sahil and I, and this is the part where we're really going to break their hearts.
Yeah.
This is our 50th episode. This is our 50th episode, and we said, okay, since it's our 50th episode, let's do a live show. And all the people who like Binge O Clock, I'm not even kidding. Okay, wait, you know what? I feel like the best way to get an audience to laugh at us is to make them feel really guilty.
Yeah.
So if
Which
you can
they're
hold my
already
mind,
feeling
hang on.
guilty, dude.
I'm going to make it worse, alright? I was raised by a Gujarati mother, I can make this way worse.
He's gone, guys. He's gone. That's it. It's the end.
Printed certificate for you! This man! It's 2023. He found a Xerox shop.
Do you know how awesome it feels? Because we are like, yeah, you know what? We will record this and put this up online. First question, how many people see our show? Silence. Utter and absolute
Yeah, their faces
silence.
like that's what we bought a
Thank you,
ticket
sir.
for. That's,
Yeah.
That's literally what we bought a ticket for.
Alright, anyways, welcome. We'll initiate you all to what this is basically, what you all have signed up for. Basically, Binge O Clock is a pop culture podcast that we started 2 years ago. It is one of the most inconsistent podcasts ever, which is why it is 50 episodes now, because it's after 2 years. But the whole idea is that we just sit, we discuss pop culture, we discuss everything that we are watching, and you guys, are now part of the audience for our very
All the people,
special.
Like, I remember, I paid for this wine for this.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
It is so fascinating because I swear to God, I am trying to put on a brave face, but you have no idea how much hard work and effort I put into that certificate today. Putting tiny little inside jokes, going like, oh my God, the audience when they see the certificate will be like, wow, such effort has gone into it.
We sat there for 20 minutes signing them. Someone went and bought a marker. So someone here is taking a fucking marker home tonight. Whether you take the certificate or not.
We want to talk about pop culture. We want to talk about the things that we are watching. We got a bunch of questions from the audience, and eventually we'll ask.
Obviously not
also.
you, audience. Like, obviously a different freaking audience that is not here today.
Oh, man.
But yeah, so we got a bunch of pop culture questions. So the way we'll do this is, alright, we're going to be a pop culture themed show. It is also absolutely open to y'all. Feel free to now, as a challenge to the audience, feel free to ask your most provocative pop culture questions. But I mean pop culture, okay? Like, about like actual pop culture works. Like, like what is your opinion on Salman Khan as a person? No, I'm not. Alright, wo sab nahi jai. Because this is going to go on YouTube. I'm telling you all right now, okay? And there's one camera pointed at you all. So if you all ask questions like that, we are going to put your name and your address. underneath. So you can ask your most like provocative. Also, you know what? Feel free to like express your most divisive pop culture view. Like this is a safe space, all right? There is no unsafe. Like this is you can stand up and say like all sorts of things.
So you in the floral shirt, you can just stand up and say, I think Taylor Swift best music ever, and no one will say anything to you.
Hey,
I
second.
agree.
Hey,
I agree. I'm just saying, I agree.
And that any opinion is absolutely
it's a
fine.
safe space is what I'm trying to tell you. Okay, what this room is going to be a safe space for the next 1 hour. We're going to be discussing everything like movies, TV shows, comics, everything. I mean, the whole idea is, hey, do you watch Binge O Clock?
Yes! 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 I'm like 75% convinced the organizers sent you in here to say that. Like, but I'm gonna hug you anyway, man. Hey, these fucking mean people. Okay? So they don't know what Binge O Clock is, okay? They just walked in and they're like, we just thought you guys were doing comedy. And so, yeah. Sir, hello, hi. Do you guys watch Binge O Clock? No. It's still nice to meet you, though. What's your name, man? Shub, did you know you're the best person?
I'm crying right now. I'll propose to you right now, I swear.
And he's already married.
Yeah, I'll just be like, oh my God, I love you so much. All right, Shub, thank you so much for coming. Can we have a round of applause for Shub, everybody?
Yes.
Shub just got assaulted on stage and I had no idea what just happened. Again, for the people
we've broken, like, Shub is never going to feel welcome at another show. He's going to walk in there like a normal person in the audience and be like, none of the comics are like, I'm sorry for ruining shows.
One of the things that I want to definitely talk about, Rohan, since I discussed yesterday was our leader of the country, King Khan's birthday.
Yes.
And that man is the leader of the country. And I saw Jawan. And I just wanted to discuss Jawan for the first 5-10 minutes.
Please do. What are your thoughts on Jawan? Hey, what? Pathan? No, listen. Okay, Pathan, I want to get this out of the way before we get to Jawan, because I feel like every time Jawan comes up, Pathan comes up. Look, we can agree that it's not been like a great couple of years for Shah Rukh, right? Like in the sense that, and I don't think movies like, he's like that one friend of yours, where like, hey, we should have him for dinner.
Yeah.
Like, so, like, things have not been great. And I think what happened is, all right, like, people piled so much shit on him for like a good 2-3 years that we basically, when Pathan came out, we all agree. Okay, everyone, this is not a say, like, we all agree, Pathan was a very okay movie.
Not even okay.
But we all agree that basically all of us just essentially paid the Shah Rukh Khan via sorry tax, okay? It's very simple. There was basically an event where we went, hey, listen, Shah Rukh, we know you've been through a lot, so like, here's $600. Like, that's all Pathan was, okay? We all went one by one and individually paid Shah Rukh Khan 600 rupees. It's the easiest political act of my life, okay?
No,
was paying overpriced for like soggy popcorn, like Krantikari, mixed, but terrible movie. Pathan was awful.
Jawan
was amazing. How dare you? Sir,
I'm sorry.
how dare you?
I am sorry, okay?
Sir,
look, I got into full, like, I was like, oh my God, it is it. I turned on my home theater, I connected everything, I turned, like, shut the curtains. I'm like, oh man, the way people have praised this movie, it's gonna be like, everyone's like, Jawan, dude, what a movie. I stood up and I clapped. And there were points where I literally was like, what am I watching?
The best movie ever.
The only thing is that, like, the problem with Jawan is that today everything that I have been doing in my head, it's like and I'm like, stop, King of Thunder, Thunder. I'm like, stop.
could make so much money just giving me stock music for life. Like hype music, right? Like that. How can you not like that? Like, can you imagine, like, sexy time for, like, sexy time? You go, come on. What a great movie, okay? All prisons should be like that.
That's
with
true.
a well-established hair and makeup department. And Adidas jumpsuits. All right? Adidas is the new black. In that prison. But yes, tell us more.
First and foremost, let's just do a quick survey before we start. Jawan, who's seen Jawan? because there will be spoilers for the movie. Whoever's not seen it, sorry, movie spoiled. It's okay. I've seen it
Yeah, it's done.
Dude, there's so much I want to talk about. Like, this just okay. How many times will you realize that slow motion does not have to follow every second scene? Like, everything is slow motion. Every second scene. Sanjay Dutt, he turns, slow motion. He smiles, slow motion. He turns back, slow motion. Half of the movie
I agree with all your points, but I have only one simple question for you. Were you, in any bone of your body, expecting Sanjay Dutt to show up with like 20 minutes left in the movie, okay? It is one of the most surreal experiences of my life to suddenly 20 minutes be like, hey, Sanjay Dutt. Hey, Viraj Gelani. Hey. Right?
I was so shocked at Viraj Gelani. I was like, Viraj too?
Right? I feel like that was the most, and for that, and like, see, all your concerns, I agree, are valid, okay?
Cool.
But I have one very important question,
Yeah.
okay? And this is something that I want to make a crusade, okay?
Yeah.
And that is, if the sequel doesn't have more of that weird Italian Bane Godfather guy,
Dude,
who had, I think, a leopard
he had
or some shit. You haven't seen Jawan, brother.
Guys,
Brother, we are
please.
very sorry to ruin it for you. But yeah, there's a guy who looks like Bane, but he's a mobster, but he has a leopard, and he's basically the business partner of the villain. And the thing is, I saw him and I'm like, this is amazing. This guy had better be the final boss. You never see him again. Okay? So I have to now imagine that someone went out and found a white dude from Italy and said, bro, you have Bane mask. You're a cool mobster.
Yeah.
And you have a leopard.
Yeah.
And we have budget for all of that. And then like, okay, but what are we going to do with this? And the answer is nothing. Like nothing. At what point did you just basically have a really wild party the last night? And you woke up and this guy was just there. And we're like, hey, you know, Romania where we're shooting it's a wild place.
Dude,
I don't know how to tell this guy to go. He
That
just doesn't
bus-
show up again.
That business meeting was so funny. It's a shot of a business meeting. The guy is pitching. You see all the world leaders. There's a sheikh, there's a rich American, there's a Chinese dude. Then this Bane dude with a leopard right in the middle, just chilling casually over there. And
Like so extra.
it is too extra. It
Like
is-
very extra, very enjoyable.
okay, so I'll tell you what my bane of the movie is. Thank you. No, great movie. Little too long, little too much happening, and I agree. And I'm gonna say it. Spoilers again, guys. If you've not seen Jawan, I'm sorry. The spoilers are there now. There are two Shah Rukh Khans in the movie. All right, and everyone says it's okay now, it's gone, movie's ruined for you, it's okay. Basically, there are two Shah Rukh Khans, and there's younger Shah Rukh and then there's Daddy Shah Rukh, and oh my god, that lady literally just came right now.
no.
Dude. Like just the mention made her go.
Yeah. Like there was it's very, you don't expect like Jawan. Like, I'm 40 years old. I'm watching Jawan. Like, I didn't think like PVR Juhu would be the place where I discovered for the first time that I'm lil gay. Like I was straight until old Shah Rukh shows up, okay? Like, then he shows up and I'm just like, fuck. This is like if Wolverine was my dad. Freud was wrong. It's about dad.
It is the greatest ever entry sequence, okay? I swear I've seen so many superhero movies, but at home I got up and I'm like, yes! Yes, Shah Rukh, yeah! Then it gets funny, okay? Because I love the logic, okay? So basically this dude was, again, I've been born beyond this thing. He was an ex-army dude who got attacked by the villain and he lost all his memories, so he doesn't know who he is. But in this scene, he's fighting a lot and he's fucking punching and John Wicking and kicking people. And then they explain, sir, he has lost memory, but muscle memory is still there.
One second. When Jason Bourne does it, it's okay. That is literally the plot of 4 Bond movies, brother. Excuse me. Please, sir, don't like this, okay? Matt Damon does it's okay. Sir, please go to Pakistan, okay? Sir. I did not mean for this to get hostile, but sir.
I apologize.
Sir,
I insulted
I also
the hero of
apologize.
the nation. I'm sorry.
You
I
did,
shouldn't.
you did, all right. You insulted is Daddy Shah Rukh. There's nothing wrong. Never ever say anything about Daddy Shah Rukh.
That team of women that he has got together are amazing because in jail they learn martial arts, how to fly a US helicopter, they learn how to fire guns, they learn how to save lives. I mean, wow!
I feel like the real lesson of the movie is forget college, guys. Go to jail. Go to jail. I feel like jail is the answer to everything. But also, I feel like I really enjoyed it because it's the team of. I really like the juxtaposition of this sort of team of young women versus these uncles in the climax. Like, I love the way that sort of played out, right? Like Daddy Shah Rukh's team of uncles versus these, like, so this boomers versus thing played out like really cutely with each of them bringing like
and
unique
that young
little
girl
skills.
who's been locked up in jail as well in her own individual
I mean,
self.
of course, like as one does,
And also the greatest matchmaking scene in the history of Bollywood. Okay, can I just tell you basically okay, guys, Jawan. Okay, fuck it. Watch Jawan, please. Okay, just
do tell.
scene. Basically, Shah Rukh Khan is expecting to meet a potential bride, and instead of the bride's daughter comes. And it's very awkward, firstly, why that is there. And he's sitting, there's a young girl in the front, he's like, yo, guys, have we not run this
People
through?
in the theatre in Rajasthan going crazy. The movie,
And she interviews him, she asks him questions, would you take care of me? And then she's like, what do I call you, daddy or papa? And all that. And my Gujarati came out suddenly. I realized I went papa. And then she approves. So she tells the mother that, hey, you know what? This guy is going to be my future father. And the mother's like, cool, then I guess, let's get married. And it happens in 10 seconds. And it is the most bizarre love story. I mean,
and then Rahul Dravid comes on and says, "Kabhi apne engine oil ke बारे में इतना सोचा है?"
The people who have not seen Jawan are so confused right now because they actually don't
If you
know.
haven't seen Jawan and you don't watch the World Cup, you're so fucked right now. You have no idea what is happening.
So all in all, Jawan is what I've been watching. What have you been watching?
What have I been watching? I've been rewatching 30 Rock. And I have been watching Gen V, which just finished. And I have been watching, and I know that this is a topic that's going to come up later in the show. I have been watching Loki season 2. And it's fucking awesome! It's so good. It's like fucking peak MCU. Episode 4 of this season is like top tier MCU.
Oh, I've not even reached episode 4.
It's
I stopped
amazing.
episode 2
It's
and I got
amazing.
I
Like basically they have
handle
Kang and they have the TVA and they're about to kick his ass and then old Shah Rukh walks in. Okay.
and Rahul Dravid, everything. All universes collide.
And it's great. But that's what I've been watching.
All right.
But we also have questions from people.
Yeah, we have
right?
questions from people who we asked people online, who didn't come for the show. We asked people basic questions as to some fan favorite questions, okay? And I think one of the biggest one is in terms of comedy shows, okay? And this is a conversation that I was having with someone in audience. Please feel free to participate with your reaction as well. Also, we don't call you guys audience, we call you a league. You're all part of the league with us, so you're all now league members. Congratulations.
Congrats. Fantastic.
Do you guys
I feel like that sign up desk at a mall right now.
Yeah.
Because they haven't seen the show.
Yeah, but free lounge
we're
access.
Like, hey, you're members, guys. Like, you're so dear in our hearts.
With free airport lounge access for you. I think, The Office is the best show out there. And hands down after everything, okay? And I would like to know if anyone agrees or disagrees. Who agrees? He's obviously making a face, so I will come to him eventually. Office is the best show. The Office,
We're best show ever. Ever.
Just as a show that you can just watch no matter how many ever times. Because I have found myself just constant rewatches. Now I've reached that stage where you know how you get done with a show and then you're like, what more do I watch? So you start watching bloopers, then you watch behind the scenes, then you watch parodies because you're that desperate. Yeah, are you a hardcore Office fan, ma'am? And what, according to you, best show? Great. What is your opinion?
Sorry,
Anti-Office? Any anti-Office people?
Show, not like
Show,
entire.
not like...
We don't care about your views on workplace.
Freedom is good, yeah.
This thing, I like working from home. No, don't care.
I hate
Don't
Narayan
care.
Murthy. Take your 70-day work week. Fuck you.
I don't understand Narayan Murthy, man. Like, you should work 70 hours a week to be successful. But the next story is also, he's so humble, fly economy class. Why? Why are you working 70 hours then?
Pointless.
But yeah,
pointless.
anyway, but
Yeah.
so, okay, I think The Office is excellent. I think it is absolutely the pinnacle of a certain kind of show.
Yeah.
A certain kind of comedy show, like a very specific sort of 2000s mockumentary format, etc. Where it falls apart for me a little bit, okay? And you don't have to, and not The Office. That particular genre of shows in general, Modern Family also a little bit, etc. The one thing, when you pull out, and this is on me, but what I've noticed is the one thing that genre has that other genres don't, right? So earlier, you used to distinguish going, oh, the laugh tracks are damn cheesy, right? Yeah. Which then they sort of removed, right? Where I think Big Bang was still like the sort of last big show, laugh track show. But what on rewatches of The Office or occasionally like Parks and I love these shows. I think the writing on these shows is beautiful. But when you go back and watch these shows, you realize that the laugh track has been replaced by that sort of Jim look to camera. Which on the second or third rewatch becomes really irritating because you realize that earlier, the laugh track was the cue. Now, literally, the person says the joke, and then there's a person that literally looks at you in the audience to make sure that you got it, which is a little bit of a cheat, actually. Like a comedic cheat. Over time, it starts to feel like a cheat. And I'm sorry if I've ruined the mockumentary format for you, because the weird thing is, by my third rewatch of The Office, I can't stand Jim anymore. And it's got nothing. It's just stop looking at the camera, dude. Fuck off. Do your job. Fuck. You're either flirting with this receptionist or doing pranks on your co-workers or you're looking at the camera. Fuck off and sell some paper. Like, what are you doing? And that's the one issue sort of I have with that mockumentary. And in that sense, I feel like, and this is again why I bring up the fact that I have been rewatching and I come back to 30 Rock. Okay? Doesn't have any of those sort of techniques, doesn't have the mockumentary. And even today, you go back and watch a random episode. Joke density, right? If I'm going for purely a certain kind of feel-good comedy, right? Just the density of jokes in that show, it's absurd. Like, it's so packed. So fucking packed every single episode with like so many, and they're very different shows.
Yeah.
I'm not comparing them. But for me, I feel like if I had to go for a pure comedy show, I think I'm a little more on that sort of 30 Rockish side.
Arrested Development.
Arrested Development is fantastic,
Yeah.
right? It's fantastic, right? The classic narration, etc., all of that. I just feel like Office, that entire mockumentary thing, I'm little bit done with for now.
I don't know. The reason why I said that and the reason why I still believe that it's a great show is because I think right now we are in a current stage of over content. You know, everyone's like, बहुत है देखने के लिए, don't know what to watch. Let's just watch Office. Let's just go back to our own like sweet little like that's like Friends. Friends was also Friends is your comfort zone. And for me, Office is one of those where you could just get in at any point of time, just watch stupid shit. I get it. I know what you're talking about, but it's fun. It's just
100%.
it's a
great
show.
show. It's a great show.
Very wrong. Would not work in 2022, 2023.
What?
Would easily get cancelled. The show
Yeah, probably.
would easily get cancelled with how.
But wouldn't most things that were made like 20, 30, 40 years ago, things that were made before like a giant sort of shift in societal values, you can't, I mean, beyond a point. I mean, by that logic, like, most great art of the 16th century is literally just like, with no offense, just people lying there with their tits out.
Yeah.
All right? Like, that's it. It seems like 90% in all activities.
Yeah,
all
Angel also
activities,
just
right? It's
staring
like,
and
oh, look, I'm here just writing with my friends. Oh, there's an artist. Ooh. And that's it. That the whole gaze was just this like weird male gaze onto this thing. And so you can dismiss that. And you can... So I'm just at that stage where I'm like, I accept it for what it is. I enjoy it for what it is.
So you say 30 Rock.
I don't pick a best
don't
show,
pick.
but I'm just saying right now watching 30 Rock, the one thing that sort of strikes me
Is the joke writing.
is this just the quality of joke writing and like sort of not stepping on this certain... That mockumentary format does have a little bit of a comedy. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a completely valid thing of the format. but it started to get to me on rewatches.
Okay, so then let's bring it back home for the audience over here, you guys. Okay, let's talk about if we were, and this was also another very second question someone had asked, as to we keep talking about American pop culture, foreign pop culture. We don't talk about Indian pop culture enough. So
Yes.
oh, she got so aggressive. We're not even
Yeah.
show देखा ही नहीं है ऐसे front row पे बैठ के.
Yeah. The audacity to come to a show that you don't know, a piece of Indian pop culture, and say, I don't know your piece of pop culture.
My God.
But now make me laugh. Only showbiz, my friend.
Favorite, okay, let's ask. Okay, League, what according to y'all would be the greatest Indian show in terms of comedy? Let's just go simple comedy. Huh? We got Sarabhai versus Sarabhai.
Sarabhai.
Dekh by dekh.
Dekh by dekh.
Dekh by dekh.
Oh, damn. Get the fuck out of here right now. Get out of here. You said it purposely to trigger us, no?
What?
He said Tarak Mehta purposely to trigger us, no?
Listen, man, you can't tell everybody this is a safe space.
Yeah.
And then when they confess something, be like, get out.
My bad.
All right? I feel like we've definitely lost 30 viewers today. Even though we never had them in the first place, I concede. Okay? But I feel like, it's okay. Love is love. And I support your right to wear your glasses however you want.
It was a joke. I just didn't look in the camera. So no one realized. No, I didn't say that. Get out and then. Straight into it. Okay, Tarak Mehta, we've got Sarabhai versus Sarabhai, Dekh by Dekh. Anyone else for any other contenders?
Srimati, yeah.
That was dumb.
Oh, Tutu Meme would be up top for me.
Tutu Meme. Khichdi is great. I'm with him on Dekh by Dekh. Just because even though it's aged and you go back and watch some of it, it's one of the few sort of comedy shows that, man, cast chemistry.
Oh, yeah,
they nailed it at a whole different level, right? In the sense that it's it was Modern Family before Modern Family. In the sense that it showed a certain kind of Indian urban family for the first time in a way. Actually, if you go see Naveen Nishral's character is a lot like the older father in Modern Family. He's the older brother, the very put-upon guy.
Yeah.
Shekhar Suman is the more sort of what's his name? Ty Burrell. He's sort of more like
Phil.
that. Phil Dunphy, etc. I love Dekh by Dekh. And I think it still holds up. I think in terms of... And there was another one, man, I'm going to show my age here big time. It was more of a sort of dramedy. There was this really sweet show called Wagle Ki Dunya. Yeah? And it sort of in that whole different way hit this very that's This Is Us type sort of spot of life is tough, but we meet it with humor, in the middle class of India at that point. Very specific kind of sweet comedy also. I think we've done a great job with that. Yeah. As shows, I think those are...
Yeah, there was also Family Number One was one. What was it?
Yeah.
See, now everyone's memory is getting
Hum Paanch was also great. Hey. Don't sleep on Ashok Saraf, bruv.
Hum Paanch actually psychologically scarred me because for the longest time I thought the photos on the walls could actually talk. As a kid watching it, and every day, I swear, I'm not even kidding. One day I would just be looking at the photo, and I'm like, I know you're moving, bastard. I know you're going to move sometime. Just talk. Just say it. Hum Paanch was a great show. Yeah. So I feel like that's my biggest grouse with Indian pop culture, right? Not pop culture, just television in general. I just feel we've kind of stopped making feel-good comedies. We don't have any comedies on Indian television at all. It's drama or it's Saas Bahu. CID is a good comedy. You're right.
Fair. Can't argue with that.
Absolutely right. Sorry, I take it back.
Can't argue with that.
Longest running comedy show in the universe. But I don't know why. I mean, yes, of course, we know the reason why. There are...
Coffee with Karan. We're not talking about non-fiction here. Serious non-fiction news programming of Coffee with Karan. And the thing, you know what? I'm so fucking done with people making fun of Coffee with Karan because it's been 8 seasons now, and I see people making fun of it. Day one, sub meme, tum log hi bana rahe ho, benchod. Okay, I wake up, I did not know there was a new season of Coffee with Karan happening until Twitter just jizzed this information all over my face because apparently, did you know he spoke to a married couple about their past life?
Shut up!
How horrible.
Oh, wait, and you mean to tell me...
The scandal.
The woman was seeing other men.
It's crazy.
Seeing other men.
Don't even think it.
How is it possible?
Don't say it in front of these
Only
good people.
one man for life she has to
Just
see.
drink coffee.
What has society come to?
Hampers. It's comforting to know that in this day and age, Deepika and Ranveer also like क्या क्या करना पड़ता है एक iPhone 15 के लिए. There is something comforting in knowing that. To me, at least, there is great comfort that comes from that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't watch, I genuinely don't watch TV at all. I've stopped watching TV. Once in a while, I'll turn on the TV channel. Like, you know, you do channel surfing, you go through some stuff. Once in a while, yes, Indian soaps are just a lot of fun. Because, like, I swear to God, right? Like, the only time I'm watching TV is in the gym. There's one TV that always plays some, I don't know why, there's always playing soap opera, right? And I swear, there was a time where 6 of us stopped working out to watch the show together. Because there was a bull running towards a man, and the man was like, ah, and the bull was like, ah. That's my bull impression. That's exactly
10 on 10.
They don't, yeah, it's a great impression of a bull. Ah, and it is just...
I don't know why a bull is giving a blowjob, but like,
that's why the man was like, I don't know what
you
show
and I watched a
on.
different Raging Bull.
We watched But does anyone watch soaps over here? Does anyone watch Indian soap opera?
She watches Big Boss.
Holy shit, bro. You ratted her out so fast in a category that wasn't even asked for. Like, what has happened in this house today that you're just like, first opportunity I get, I am narking on you. But what's going on in Big Boss currently? What's the latest? I stopped watching. Oh, not this. So I stopped watching around the time that this, I don't even remember who it was. I'll describe the incident, and if you're a true connoisseur, you might be able to pin down the season. But I remember I stopped watching around the time where the challenge was for all of them to ride a rocking horse to see who could stay on it the longest without needing to get out. And one of the people on it said she was not getting off, and then she just pissed herself on the, hey, it gets better, all right, on the rocking horse, all right, while staying on there because she could win the challenge. And while doing that, she justified it to her friends who were standing and watching, saying that by watching this, my kids will know that I am not a quitter no matter what. I'm not making this up. This was the actual justification. And I'm like, the real lesson for the kids here should be that sometimes it's okay to just get off the fucking horse, right? But that was the point at which I was like, this usme wo nahi raha, matlab, like, X Factor's gone, you know? Like, there's only so many times you can watch an adult piss themselves on a horse, and you know, I mean, I went to Mathiran with my grandfather once, and it's not for me.
Yeah, but Dadaji is not a quitter now.
No,
that's the problem.
no.
It's a very important
He
thing.
wanted to show his
Just
grandchildren how ammonia is. Never mind. You know what?
But I would like to say it has, I mean, I think my biggest grouse, especially with Big Boss, because I was a person once, I remember I'd seen season 1, and then eventually as the shows progress, I feel like the problem with Indian television right now is you have soaps, right? You have your comedy channels like Times Now, Republic and all. The good ones are there.
अच्छा वो देखा है तुम लोगों ने?
Those shows y'all watch. And Big Boss, my biggest problem, and I think we should say it, is just it's giving voice to really problematic people, right? Really, the fact that Elvish Yadav is a thing, that fact that one guy at the back went Elvish bhai, just shows
there,
the
programmed
state.
response.
Yeah, shows the state. And I've stopped reading the news, okay? Because every day it was just news about Big Boss, what happened, Big Boss, what happened. I'm like, cool. Then yesterday I found out he got arrested. Do you know he got arrested?
Yeah. So apparently he got arrested for what? Some snake. And I don't know if this is, again, I want to clarify that I don't know if this is true or not, but
He's
allegedly.
absconding.
He's
Alright, classic
absconding. I
Haryanvi.
love that word, absconding.
Yeah.
It's such a great word. You never hear absconding heard in a good context, no?
Yeah.
No one ever absconds for fun.
He hosted rave parties and he would call foreign people and make them drink snake venom. Snake and yeah. And
Sounds like a regular night in Delhi. Like, I don't know why they're singling him out for it. Like,
it's bizarre, man. It's like, I think the sad part of Indian television right now, especially reality television, is that we've resorted to just getting these TRP inducing people like Sajid Khan. The day they got Sajid Khan, I'm like, yeah, fuck it. They have no standards.
My
no
theory
rights.
is this. I think Big Boss is actually more important than, and 1,000 years from now, it's this shit that's going to matter more than any season of Bridgerton. Hear me out, because as a historical document, all right, she's like, what were people like? In the year, think, no, for real, right? What was the cross section of attention-seeking people look like in the year, from the year 2011 to 2025? Honestly, and I mean this and not in an ironic way, I feel like the shows that will tell us what our culture was really like is Keeping Up with the Kardashians and this thing and Big Boss. And I don't mean that in like, and I don't want to condescend or patronize, because fuck, I love Keeping Up with the Kardashians. I love the idea that there is this entire sort of hungry audience of people for whatever reason, right? You have managed to like weaponize all the sort of negative or positive attention that you're getting. And you've just managed to turn a really, like, honestly, very fun fantasy version of your daily life into a show that people will...
also.
Into an empire.
My God.
Into an empire, all right? Why are you mad? You're not mad at the people who are sort of giving these people sometimes horrible attention, right? Like, for example, like when, like we've seen now with Britney Spears, with Kanye West, with all of those things, that people get put into mental and physical situations where it is tough for them, and we as a culture are brutal to them.
Yeah.
Present company included, right? We have all made jokes about all sorts of things. But there are a few people that manage to take that, wrap that bullshit around, and like you said, yeah, I'm going to turn this shit into an empire. All right? And I cannot fault them for that.
No.
I cannot. And I feel like when you ask somebody 1,000 years, what was life like in 2022? Keeping Up with the Kardashians paints a much more realistic picture of what life really was like around our time, because it is showing you exactly what people were obsessed with.
But what if they watch CID?
What if they watch CID? Then they'll just be surprised we made it another 1,000 years.
Yeah, because...
All right? And if they watch CID, no murders will get solved.
Yeah.
Because there'll just be this cop 1,000 years from be like, I've slapped him 40 times.
Not telling me who he is.
He's not sick, so it's obviously not him.
It
I'm
is...
surprised with the way we open doors.
Who?
Wait, yeah, if I open, they use hands.
He could kick.
He could
You know
kick
he
it
can
in.
Kick, yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
It's true, but it's true. I think that's the main reason why aliens... I was reading a very fun, like very interesting thing that... see, if aliens right now were to look back at our planet, the way light travels through space, it takes a lot of time for light to reach. So they'll be technically looking at dinosaurs, right? That's how light has reached them. The further they are, the more in the past the light is... Sorry, I explained it really stupidly. In my head, it was so clear.
To be clear.
It was so clear. Like
To be
Einstein
clear.
going M is equal to EC. Bol diya, fucked it up.
This is, yeah. Sanjay Gupta's Oppenheimer.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
But
it's-
it is true. If our culture could be symbolized in the pop culture that we are putting out, and if aliens were to look at, be like, okay, fuck it, India is where we want to go first, and they look back and they say, Pooja, what is this behavior?
Yeah.
Or Elvish Bhai.
Yeah.
Or
But that's important,
someone
right?
pissing
That's
on the
important.
horse.
Like you zoom in on that one guy for 6 seconds, you look at his eyes. Why does he love this man so much? What is it about this man? What did this Elvish Yadav do? Did he discover America? What happened? We won't know. And I think that's amazing. Okay, I'll tell you what. 1,000 years from now, I hope they discover Keeping Up with the Kardashians and not Bridgerton. Because what a lie that would be.
No, hell yeah.
If they looked back at this piece of thing and didn't realize it's fiction and think that, oh man,
All of them are
the
good
United
looking.
Kingdom in the 18th century was really open to racially diverse people. And they intermarried a lot. What a delightful people. That would be so dishonest, right? If that happened. And I feel like, in a way, this shit, way more honest.
Yeah. Glimpses of current society. The whatever, beautiful, mouse color. This is where we are in as
100%,
India, you
all
know?
right? Like, for example, when you look at photos of like 100 years ago, it's like the most fun ones are like some farmer just standing like this on that bronze thing, right? Where like, and his wife is there, and like, is she dead? Is she alive? Could be both. Because apparently they took photographs of the dead also back then, right? So that's the stuff that stays,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Do you guys have any pop culture question that you would like to discuss with us? Any thought,
Or
opinion?
any, say it. This is the place where you can say it.
Now
right?
safe space. Now
safe space. Anything you want. No, bro.
Safe space. Safe space.
I've got your back.
Tarak,
Don't
I've got
worry.
your back. Tarak.
I've
Come
got
on.
your back.
You can
okay?
say it. Okay.
Y'all can say it. Y'all
Anyone
can
has
like
any
breathe
questions?
deep and say it.
Or opinions?
Or just
'Cause-
opinions.
Yeah,
Yes.
buddy.
After Endgame,
Yes.
Marvel is not doing good.
Yes.
Until Loki.
Yes.
Until Loki. So what are your thoughts?
I will work on it when I get home. Promise, first thing. That
Yeah,
just,
send an email straight up,
just
5G भाई साहब, कुछ तो करो
straight
यार.
up. Straight up. Only like 3 more movies are left to write. I'll finish and I'll do it. But I don't know. I think a lot of it is just honestly the glut of content. Like, this is kind of one of those weird corporate events, right? More than a creative event where suddenly the cart starts leading the horse. You suddenly sort of like had to fast track this streaming era of yours. You had this platform, Disney Plus. You realize that unlike a Netflix or an Amazon or whoever who've been pushing content out for years, you've got 30 amazing things, but there's still just 30 things, right? Like in the sense that at the end of the day, if you look at just the Disney catalog per this thing, right? They've, like, in fact, if you saw a list of the most streamed movies recently, if you go see even by thousands and thousands and thousands of hundreds of thousands of minutes, it's still the basic Disney animated movies. Right? And the reason for that is, and if you have a child or know anybody that has a child, you know this, all right? Once a kid likes Frozen, for the next 4 years, bitch, you watch Frozen. Okay? I don't care. Oh, war in Ukraine, shut the fuck up and watch Frozen. Okay? Like every day and every mealtime and every this thing, right? But now they suddenly go, we have to do this Marvel content. And which is why a lot of those first shows were essentially rushed out to meet this demand. And there's stuff about that. And then, you know, other shows like Captain America had to drop entire plot lines because there was supposed to be a plot line about a virus that like people are going to unleash, and for some reason I don't know why they thought maybe we should cut this plot line. But I think overall, like what we're seeing now is the first sort of confident shows where they've realized that we can't just push shit out for the sake of doing it, because like I think somebody described it really well. The MCU at some point became homework. Right? Where if I want to know this, damn, I'd better have prepared this. And if I need to prepare this, I'd better have prepared this. But they need to stop. Like, for example, man, look at Star Wars. I feel like after all the shit, they're doing some of the best content they've done in ages. Like Andor, what a great show. Right? So few people. If you haven't, please watch it. Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
no, but
sure.
that is the applause
But
it deserves. Yeah,
that is it's a beautiful show. And the thing is, one of those shows that if you don't know anything about Star Wars, you don't need to. You just start watching and you're like, hey, I'm just watching a really good show about a political resistance movement. You don't need to know anything else. I don't think one lightsaber appears in that show, right? Over 10 episodes. So I think now, like Loki season 2 is giving me great, this thing that they've sort of now realized that this just sort of ramming random content down our throats is not going to work. We come here for the story. We come here for a certain degree of connection, and hopefully it'll pan out. And also some of it is natural franchise.
But it's so fascinating you said this and you asked this question, okay? See, because I'm a huge, like both of us, huge like Marvel fans, DC fans, love watching everything. There's a great article that came out today in Variety about how Marvel not only has too much, people are like too tired, they're trying too much, but everything is also affecting them. Writer strike affected some of the writing, actor strike affected half of the movies. Their main villain after Thanos was supposed to be Kang, and Jonathan Majors is now in a court case, so they have to drop him from all the storylines. So I mean, they are in that situation where it's like, you know, you've planned everything.
Good thing he's only playing 1,000 versions of the same guy in 1,000 things.
Yeah, so it's a tough place. I think like nothing is working out. This new movie which is coming out, Marvels, if you read the reviews, people are like ready to throw stones.
If I may though, and I don't mean to be that guy,
go for it.
but I like some of the stuff they've done since Endgame. Okay, like I feel like, and I'm not with everybody
I'm not saying everything sucks.
Like for example, I think whatever your opinions on the show are, I think like Iman Vellani as Miss Marvel is one of their greatest finds. Like that kid is effortlessly charming, right? And today when you're looking at a franchise, etc., whatever, more than the movie, you want to make sure that the person in it is magnetic, right? So I feel like they're doing some things right. right? Like I think she was great. I thought Hawkeye was great fun for what it was. Like it was this great little like Christmas cake that we got. Sorry, Moon Knight. I thought was okay until it wasn't. Like there were parts that were brilliant, and then parts were just like, huh? Like you can see it's rushed. Again, Moon Knight felt like it was rushed.
Loki was a breath of fresh air.
Yeah,
The first
and I think
season
the
and the second
main
one.
crisis they're getting to now is fundamentally Disney. Okay, because we've now reached the place where superhero is a genre in and of itself, and what you can do with superhero means many things. And in a world where The Boys exists, or where even just the Netflix Punisher or Daredevil show sort of exists, can we continue with this idea that everything Marvel related on Disney will have to fit the Disney family friendly tag, right? That's going to start hurting in the long run, especially now that, you know, they've got Deadpool and they've got all of these things. Fans are going to be like, we're not going to take a PG-13 version of Deadpool, or we're not going to take like I don't want to see a PG-13 Blade movie. I don't. It's about vampires at night. I want to see fucking blood and swords and all that. So you see the trailer
it's so
for Echo
fascinating that you
that
mentioned
just came
something
out,
like that
right?
also.
This is the first time I've seen blood like on screen like that. And so I think they're also realizing now that it's now a cultural conflict between what does Disney mean, and is it now sort of okay for Disney also to mean, you know, TV MA rated stuff, A rated stuff, etc. I think it could be interesting if they do it right, but they can't do this PG-13 everything forever. I think that'll be trying to have your cake and eat it too.
Yeah, that's our question. That's your question, not our question, but that's the answer. And just genuinely, my recommendation, if anyone over here wants to watch any shows that sort of tackle superhero fatigue that we are feeling in a much better way, and are much better superhero shows, because honestly, Marvel is, and with Disney, it's just become the same plot point, right? This big villain, Skybeam, villain dies, everyone's happy, and credits, new movie set up, someone's dead, they come back, nonsense. Please watch The Boys. Watch Generation V, that's the new show that's come out right now, and Invincible, if you can please
also,
watch
may I
Invincible.
please
Umbrella
put
Academy.
my weight behind. No, fuck the Umbrella Academy. Doom Patrol.
Yes.
Doom Patrol, guys. Nobody has seen this show. It was the most criminally underwatched DC show. It's the one thing they did so beautifully right. Please watch it. It's on Prime, all 4 seasons. The last season sort of happened when DC was already dying, so it's okay. But the first 3 seasons of that show are some of the best, most unique superhero content I've seen. If you're okay with like bizarre shit, like if you want to, like, for example, if you're a Doctor Who fan, you'll love Doom Patrol. If you're like a sort of what else? Like it's so singular.
It
like
is very
it's like
abstract.
Umbrella Academy, but written by Neil Gaiman, like almost. Like
Yeah.
it's very like that. Beautiful characters. They're all just a group of fuck ups who are trying to put one step in front of the other. Not even heroes. They see themselves as monsters. It's very sweet. It's
And
very
it's got
weird.
Brendan Fraser. What
It's
more
got
do you
Brendan
want?
Fraser,
That's
yeah.
all.
It's
That's
got Brendan
the biggest
Fraser.
pitch
Don't
we can
need
give you.
anything else. Really fun show. Invincible, The Boys,
Invincible,
of course.
The Boys, Gen V, giving
Fantastic.
you alternate superhero recommendations of
The Peacemaker.
better things to watch.
Please watch The Peacemaker. It's got John Cena, and he is very entertaining and very, very charismatic. And again, it's sort of to answer what Sahil said. It's not just about, oh no, the world, what do? We have to save the whole universe. It's just sometimes a bunch of people going, well, shit, we're in over our heads.
Yeah.
In a bad situation, and just great comedy and drama emerge from that. And it's really well done. So those are actually 2 shows
Yeah.
that I
Sure
would
echoes.
absolutely recommend.
Sure echoes. Anyone else? Any other questions, thoughts,
Talk
anything?
about Sacred Games.
Sacred Games. What about it?
The second season.
What about it? It wasn't great. Like,
The
yeah.
quality between the first and second season, the drastic difference.
And they're not going to make another one.
No, I think they ended the story pretty much like for the second one. I feel like that happened. Yeah, there was, I think, a
I
slight...
think you know what the problem is. I think it's hype. Hype is the killer, right? Hype is the main thing. So I remember when Sacred Games first came out. I think it was at that time Netflix wasn't that big a thing. Honestly, like my family.
I'm also
didn't know
going to
about
bat
that.
for it a little bit and say that if you've read the book, or if you do read the book, the direction in which the plot was going or would genuinely go, I don't see in sort of today's social and political climate how they could have taken the story to the sort of logical conclusion that the book takes it to. And I feel like they had to do, and I don't know if this is true or not, but I feel like they might have had to shy away from, it's essentially, it became a bit like trying to like remake Old Boy for India. Have you guys seen Old Boy?
Yes.
It's this Korean film, okay? Please watch it. It's a beautiful Korean film. I recommend it.
I need
Yes.
to. Yeah, I need to ask. It's only one person who vehemently said
Yeah.
yes, and 2-3
If
people.
you haven't-
has nobody in this crowd seen Old Boy?
Now I'm going to ask a very sad question. Have you seen Sanjay Gupta's? Have you seen Sanjay Gupta's Zinda?
Yes.
Oh no! If you haven't seen Zinda, never watch Zinda because they basically remade Old Boy. Okay, and I don't want to spoil it, but it's sort of like what is even the analogy to it? Like what is but it's basically like imagine if you took a story and you adapted it, but the most fucked up and important thing that happens in the story that drives the whole story, you go ye India mein nahi chalega, and then you just remove it.
But nahi chalega.
And no, but nahi chalega.
Nahi
But then
chalega.
what is the rest of the movie? The main plot.
If I were to recommend a movie that is absolutely beautiful for many reasons, okay, since he's come to the topic of Old Boy, it's a Korean film, okay? Please watch it, okay? Please watch it for two very simple reasons. One, there is just one plot point. I'm not giving spoilers, but I swear to God, every time you think about that movie, you will get like he got goosebumps. You'll get goosebumps just thinking about that one plot point and going, what the
Like there's very few movies that have a twist where at the end of the movie you're like, I need a shower.
I need to.
I need a fucking shower.
and sit
It's
with
that
myself.
degree of this thing, but also it's like I don't know if I meet this director whether I'll hug him or slap him. Like it's one of those.
Yeah.
And it's great. It's absolutely fantastic.
And the last thing is, the second point is that one of the things that's happened right now, if you watch a lot of action movies, right? If you lot of action movies, they have elaborate fight sequences, and a lot of movies there is criticism for fight sequences with a lot of cuts. So, for example, there's a fight scene in Taken, I think Taken 4, that's got 75 cuts. So it's like literally cut, punch, punch.
There's a scene of him climbing a fence.
And that one also, yeah.
9-second long scene has some 13 cuts.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Old Boy has a 10-minute fight sequence that is in one take. And it is one of the most jaw-droppingly, beautifully choreographed fight sequence. I'll tell you, like...
So all these, scenes in Daredevil and this and that you've seen, they were born in this movie, basically. It's too delicious. It's too delightful.
If there is one movie you guys should go home and watch today, I seriously, please, you can
It's
thank
Binge O
us
Clock.
later. It's Binge O Clock. Please
It's
watch.
goddamn
please,
Binge O Clock.
Please watch Old Boy.
Right? 49 episodes out there.
I think it's time for some good records. I would ask you, according to you, which would be a movie top there with like the most mind-blowing plot twist that gets you going, what the like Old Boy, yes, plot twist, and there are a few other movies which I love plot twist movies. Okay,
When I first saw it, The Usual Suspects.
Usual Suspects.
The Usual Suspects. The first time I saw it, that was very like what, Yeah, so that was one of those. Yeah, for you. Saw one. Fight Club. Fight Club was good.
Shutter Island.
Shutter Island, yeah. Shutter Island was good.
Yeah. More
Shutter Island was
records.
good.
Throw records, guys.
Yeah.
Feel free. Anyone else?
Parasite was
double
great.
plot twist, dude.
Parasite
what a great
was just,
movie.
That's Sixth Sense.
Sixth Sense. Yes, Sixth Sense was great. Hey, I've not seen the final episode yet. It's out today, no?
Yes.
It's out today, no?
Is the show over now?
Yeah. Is there a final season, part 4, part 5, part A, B, C, like whatever, like however they do it, like Japanese style. Oh, while we're on this subject, can I now we're on this like in this horrible
now we're
rabbit
in
hole,
this.
can I please recommend another movie that will really make you want to take a shower? It's called Hard Candy. Okay? Hard Candy. It's
okay.
called Hard Candy, okay? And it's got Elliot Page,
Okay.
who then was it's a really old movie, so it's a younger Elliot Page,
I know what you're
who
talking
then still went by Ellen Page, and basically it's also got Patrick Wilson, who you know from many things. Watchmen, among other things, right? Patrick Wilson, who played this thing, and also what else was he in? Insidious, yeah. So the guy from Conjuring, basically, right? So him, and it just basically starts in a coffee shop. And it's basically two people who have met in an online chat group. Except he's obviously an older man. And she is obviously a kid. And the starting premise of the movie is this man a pedophile or not? And does this young girl know what she's getting into or not? That's just the starting point. From there, it just becomes one of the most twisted, sort of horrific. Again, just one of those where at the end of it, you're just like, why do I have eyes? But also, wow.
Yeah,
it's one of those.
I've seen movies like that.
Yeah, it's one of those.
That are also like just personally so fucked up that you don't even want to recommend them.
Yeah. And and everybody knows the best way to end a comedy show
Yeah.
is by telling people really depressing movies.
Really horrible
That
movies.
like really sap their energy and soul,
Yeah,
I feel like
it's okay.
As for disturbing and fucked up, that's actually my genre. Watch a Serbian film.
oh yeah, I love
wasn't
Serbian. I mean,
saying
I don't want to say
that. There
love,
was
but
a
yeah,
reason
Serbian
why-
I
film.
never recommend to anyone.
Yeah.
I would not recommend that to.
Oh, sir, if we're playing this game, might I recommend to you? Sorry, this has become a duel. Okay, it's a duel and a duet at the same time. All right, please, I recommend if you can find on some of the darker places of the internet, is a Japanese horror film called Naked Blood. Everything you need to know about the Japanese horror film Naked Blood is in the words Naked Blood. All right. It's basically a movie about a doctor who's trying to so he's lost someone close to him. So he's essentially trying to negate pain. He's trying to see if he can just take away the physical sensation of pain from people. Except he unethically tests his product on 3 women. Except they don't just lose pain. Pain starts to turn into extreme pleasure for them. And that the movie sort of goes from there. All right? Yeah. And there's no redeeming qualities to it. It's just one of those movies which you find on the internet when you're 19 years old and then you watch it.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, great, I've seen this now. And, never shall the horrors be unseen.
Yeah, there's always this one jackass. Now I'll be like, bro, watch this. Trust me.
Yeah.
It's a lot
And there's
of fun,
always
dude.
this one jackass, and he's
jackass.
usually Japanese, who'll make this also.
Yeah.
Always. Like it's like Japan, always any genre of movie you make, no, Japan is like, okay, now I want to see our version. This is true of every genre in history. Okay, like, oh, so sweet, you do cartoon. Want to see our version? And then it's just great.
Japanese and Germans, both of them.
Japanese and Germans, 100%. Yeah, gee, I wonder what the other. Never mind. Yeah.
All right. We'll take one last question. A question. If anyone
I want
has
to hear a
question.
hot take.
Yeah.
More than
Anyone-
a question,
or
I want to
an
hear a
unpopular
delicious
opinion.
hot take or unpopular opinion.
Yeah, this is the last one.
One last
Anyone
one. Like,
wants to
go
say
for it.
anything,
Say your
please go
piece.
for it.
Yes. Sing it from your heart.
If you think that The Office is the best, then you've not watched How I Met Your Mother.
No. Boo.
Okay.
Yeah, she's
Sing
like,
it little less from your heart.
You went really
Sing
hot
it.
with that take.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
you're fair. If you had said How I Met Your Father, then you would have,
Yeah.
your throat would have been slit.
No. Fun show, but like the ending of that show, like forget comedy. It like made me like I don't like parents also now. Like The Office versus Office sounds like a WWE match that I would pay so much money to watch. Okay, come on.
But it's
Steve
like-
Carell versus Pankaj Kapoor.
Would be a great match.
Who would not be here for it?
Two really short men fighting each other.
Yeah.
It's like the perfect.
That's literally amazing. That's every Salman Khan movie.
Yeah, I mean, great take, man. Thank you for
But
having
you
the
spoke your
confidence.
truth.
Yeah.
And that is what matters.
I
Alright.
appreciate one person only clap. That was the support you get today.
But,
One person,
yeah.
one clap. That's
Yeah.
it.
Good. Is there anything you guys have been watching that you'd like to recommend? Yes?
So there's this science fiction horror show. It's on Geo Cinema. It's an HBO show. It's
Okay.
called Scavenger's Reign.
Okay.
Scavenger's
It's a
Reign.
phenomenal
Okay.
show, and it's ecological horror. So
There we go. Oh, nice. Yeah.
Nice
Kurla.
record.
Nice, yeah.
Scavenger's Reign. We'll add that to my list.
Imagine
Nice.
Avatar, but instead of the planet being like, I want to live here, it's like, please fucking get me out.
Okay, nothing about the planet in Avatar made me think I want to live here. Okay, in general, if there's more greenery than Lonavala, it can fuck off. Because I was watching Avatar and all I could think throughout that movie was how big are the mosquitoes on this goddamn planet and how much...
So the mating with everything, man. That
I mean, that is okay.
बढ़िया तरीके से ऐसे
I mean,
तो-
that's okay. You should try anything once.
I'm Pandora sexual.
For me, sex is unobtainium.
All right, quick records. We'll end this
Quick
with
records. Okay. I'm going to try quick.
I would say, please, if you get a chance, watch this movie called Coherence. It is my favorite movie. I always recommend it. It's an underrated classic. I don't want to ruin the plot, and I would say, please don't watch the trailer. Just ask your friend if you can borrow a copy of Coherence. And we have our friends. Where do you go, Rohan, to watch it?
Yes. I many times have borrowed movies from my friend internet.
Joe Biden and Rashtrapati the places we go
since
to.
we talk so much about superhero fatigue and just in general weird movies, etc., whatever, a movie which only some people would maybe consider a superhero movie, some people not, very weird take on it. Please, if you haven't watched Donnie Darko, highly recommend it. One of Jake Gyllenhaal's first movies. Very weird, very trippy. Please check it out. Yes.
Fantastic. Another movie I was just discussing, it's called Hush. It's on Netflix. It's, I think, Mike Flanagan, the guy who did Haunting on Hill House, also great show. A very simple plot. There's a girl who she's deaf and she's locked, like she's in a cabin and there's someone stalking her and she doesn't know what is happening because she can't hear him. So good. So good. What a shh.
Hey, spoilers.
No, it's called Hush. Okay, so Coherence, Hush. What did you say?
Nothing.
Donnie
Darko. I said Donnie Darko. One more thing to watch. Ooh, that's a tough one.
Or read.
Read, absolutely. I would 100% recommend Babel by R.F. Kuang. It's not perfect, but it's a really fun book. It's sort of like Harry Potter for adults, but like set in like this weird alternate history version of Oxford in like the 19th century. So sort of lots of tackling like what if wizards, but what if wizards were under colonial masters?
Oh wow.
Like sort of that. Like what if you were at Hogwarts, but you realized that all the British teachers seem to be paying attention to the British wizards and only sort of using you for like your skin color, and because it's just very interesting and very, very sort of cool take in a way on that.
Yeah,
that's one thing.
I would recommend the book that he had recommended, which has fucked around with my mind for years. It's called Three Body Problem. If you have time, guys, download or read.
This will all be available on Binge O Clock, streaming on YouTube. You're telling you how to take notes.
You don't need to take notes.
If you just watch up, it's crazy. It's crazy what you could learn. If you just
I think those are some basic book records, show records, movie records.
While we're on to this thing, always happy to throw great science fiction recommendations out there whenever I find them because they're so rare. The Broken Earth trilogy by N.K. Jemisin. Really, really cool sort of 3-book fantasy series. Has a definitive ending. Really, really cool. Children of Time by Adrian Tchaikovsky. If you haven't read it.
Great book.
Outstanding book. Self-contained. Has a sequel also. But as a self-contained book, just brilliant, fast. And you've probably already read it, but Project Hail Mary. By the same guy who wrote The Martian, Andy Weir. Really fun book, like just a romp. Like it's a sci-fi buddy comedy, and it's great fun.
And one last reco, there is this beautiful podcast called Binge O Clock, which is on YouTube. Which 50 episodes have come out. Would you believe it? 50 episodes. And 2 years, 50 episodes of a podcast.
Shut up! This is like when you're at a restaurant and only we are celebrating our 50th birthday, but the fucking rest of the restaurant wants cake now. Like, oh, hey, happy birthday to... Bullshit.
But that is it. Thank you so much for watching this. Thank you so much for spending your time and watching this podcast. And when we put it up online, I will cut out everything up top. So it'll just be 5 minutes of recommendations. That's it. Hi guys, thank you so much for watching the 50th episode of Binge O Clock. Oh my god, 50! If you enjoyed, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Come on, you know the drill. Also, if you want to binge all the 50 episodes so far, this is a playlist of 50 Binge O Clock episodes. Watch it, enjoy, have fun. Genuinely, thank you for your love and support. It's been a lot of fun doing this with Rohan, and I can't wait till we reach 100, if not 1,000 episodes where we are old in our chairs, still doing tech support and going, is this on? Is the mic on? But yeah, thank you again, League, for being a part of this. And we shall see you at the next episode. Till then, keep binging and have a good one.